Oh shit, this is a brand new Gixxer 600. It's one of my buddies. We're actually taking the bikes to get blessed today, you guys. It's nice though because I can, like, I'm on it. It's not too bad. I think the camera's recording. I hope so. Shit. I'm using the Alpinestars today. I'm just gonna go down here. I'm getting used to it right now, so don't mind me. But fucking, I still have no bike. Let's see, is it filming? Yes, it is. I still have no bike. My bike should be in. My bike should be back next week. But I told my buddy I would take her Yamaha to go get blessed. So, like I was telling you guys, when I was passenger princess and I was a backpack with my buddy, I didn't feel this helmet to be really aerodynamic. So now I'm trying it as an actual driver rider instead of a backpack, because maybe that's why. Okay, so when I turn, it's not pulling me as much as it was pulling me when I was a backpack, but I can definitely hear like the wind whistle whenever I turn my head. Yeah, I get like a little bit more of wind whistle. It's still kind of loud. Not as loud as the AGV, and not as quiet as the SHOEI. It's like the day I was wearing it as a backpack, it was loud as shit. And I have most of the vents closed besides the ones you can't open and close. Oh, I already got a stretch though. But yeah, my first impressions when I was a backpack was that this helmet was not worth it. It was not worth it to add it to my collection. Right now it's feeling a little bit better. I haven't turned on Cardo, so I gotta turn it on right now and see how the music sounds. I remember even though when it was loud, the only thing that I could do was hear the music. Come on, little light. It's in second gear and it's going like a decent speed. And you can hear that it's having no struggle on the engine whatsoever. Play a song. There we go. Okay. So this is my first time wearing this helmet. Helmet, to be honest. I'm not sure if the vents are closed or open. Check them out later, but it's still pretty loud, I would say. You can hear everything for sure. It's kind of fun being a backpack, I'm not gonna lie. Is still definitely pretty loud though. So I think the loudness the AGV has is still pretty close to this helmet. It's not quiet like the SHOEI. I heard the X15 is pretty quiet, but this helmet is still pretty loud. The only difference is that you can actually hear the music, probably because of the speaker cutouts. The only solid thing about this is that, yeah, the speakers, I think since they have speaker cutouts, it definitely sounds a lot better. I adjusted the speakers on my AGV already too, so hopefully it sounds better the next time I wear it. But yeah. That's nice. I like it. Oh shit. Honestly though, it feels good to like turn around and shit. Like I can do my full turns like I do on my AGV. So I'm a little upset because I filmed on my GoPro and I was talking about the helmet on the freeway. I think I hit the top speed of maybe like 90, just because like I said, this isn't my bike, the one that I was riding. It was my friend's. I didn't want to overdo it when it's not mine. So plus also I don't know the bike, you know. I'm not saying it's in bad shape or anything, but that is the bike that if you guys watched my video a couple months ago, someone dropped it. She let someone borrow it and that person ended up dropping it, denting the tank, and then like a week later she had to replace the chain because it snapped. We don't know if that was caused by the accident, but you know, like I said, I don't know the bike, so I didn't want to overdo it. Now with that being said, it sucks that all the recording didn't come out just because it overheated. But my Insta360 was still recording, so you guys are seeing the clips of me on the freeway on my Insta360. What I was trying to say was basically there is wind whistle whenever you turn and look over your shoulders, but it doesn't pull you, at least in my personal opinion. I've been seeing people talk about it and they say they do feel like a little bit of a drag. I didn't feel that at all, and like I said, I was going about maybe 70 through 90 on the freeway. So yeah, I didn't get any drag on the helmet where it was like pushing me back or it was uncomfortable to turn around. It wasn't. It was actually very comfortable. It cuts through wind really well in my personal opinion. The AGV is a 10 out of 10 cutting through the wind. It is loud. The Alpinestars cutting through the wind is close. It's like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 at cutting through the wind. Now the only thing that does suck is, like I said, when you turn over, you do hear the wind whistle. It kind of sounds like just a little louder in your helmet. Also, your music is still very loud though. I was able to hear my music the whole way through on the freeway. But as you guys saw in the first clips, when I was a backpack, the helmet was super loud. You can even hear the wind in my helmet. In my opinion, I feel like you guys couldn't hear my voice at all whatsoever. I wasn't speaking super loud, but I was speaking at a decent tone. Like if I do it on my SHOEI like that or on my AGV, it sounds completely fine. But for some reason in the Supertech, it sounded a little louder than it usually does with my mic. But I can tell you it's still close to being just as loud as the AGV in my personal opinion. Now if your music's bumping, if you have car door or something like that, then you're not going to be paying attention to the wind because your car door or your Xeno, whatever kind of speakers you have in there, still works pretty well. I personally think if you have an AGV already, or if you have a race helmet or a Shark, a Bell, whatever it might be, I don't think it's worth it to get the R10 if you already have spent that kind of money, unless you just want to add it to your collection. But if you don't have an AGV or another race helmet and you want to get this one, I can tell you it's not going to be the quietest helmet. It cuts through wind really well, but it's still going to be pretty loud. And depending on which one you get, like I said, the price ranges from $1,000 to $1,300 depending what color you get. So that's on you whether you want to spend that extra money and add it to your collection, or you just want to go with the AGV or another race helmet. The AGV is obviously going to be louder and your music is not going to be sounding as good as it does in the Supertech R10. But if you get like the X15, I've heard that one's a little bit more quiet. It just depends on what you would like to do. Now in cons, I think the shell sizes are huge. So my AGV and my Alpinestars, they're both large, and for some reason, if you look at them next to each other, like you guys probably did in my helmet video where I show the AGV and the Supertech R10, you can see that the Alpinestar is a lot taller than my AGV. And like I said, they're both large. That's one thing I don't like. I feel like it makes the helmet look bigger than what it is. Also, like I said, I did get a large, and usually like sites tell me to get like a medium, but some helmets run smaller. My brother actually tried it on yesterday. Well, he tried to put it on, and he runs a large in SHOEI, and the helmet did not even slide through his head at all whatsoever. Like, he put it on top of his head and it just wouldn't. He was like, what the fuck, this shit's small. And I'm like, still a large. You know, so there's that. But you know, I would just take that into consideration, and if there's any stores near you that you can go try it on, I would go try it on. For me, it fits perfect as a large. I just do feel like, since I am kind of like on the smaller side, as in like I'm 5'2", you know, like I'm short, you know, it doesn't make you look weird, but it makes your head look bigger than what it is. But overall, I think the helmet is honestly like an 8 out of 10 for me, or even maybe a 9 out of 10. But the shell sizes though is kind of what gets me, that it's just it's tall. It's a big helmet, and it shouldn't be like, I don't know. I feel like usually when I see larges, they don't look that big, how the R10 does. But like I said, I think it's just the shape. That's just my personal opinion. That's just what I don't like. So I think that's, honestly, I think that's the biggest drawback that I got for it. What I don't like is that I struggle with opening the visor. It's not as easy as the AGV or the SHOEI. You just press a little button and it goes up. This one, it's more like, kind of like it connects to your visor when you close it, so you have to push it down and then push the visor up, which is kind of uncomfortable to do, or a little harder to do while you're riding and you're focused on riding. But it's not too big of a drawback. But that's just one thing that I did notice, that I would struggle to open up my visor and stuff. All right, y'all, so the blessing is finishing already. We're going to a ride, I believe, to Hart Park, which is local to Bakersfield, and then after that there should be another prayer or something over there. I don't know. So I think I would rate this helmet like a 8 out of 10. Music's good, still kind of loud, but and the shell sizing, but other than that though, it's pretty good. But yeah, so it is a pretty good helmet. Safety wise, like I said, it has all the safety requirements for MotoGP, so, and for the streets, you know, so should be well protected. It's made out of carbon fiber, 5 different layers, I believe. Yeah, the helmet looks fucking dope. I don't know if you guys can tell right there, but to me it is a 9 out of 10. I like that I can hear the speakers. Like I said, the only thing I don't like is that it whistles and that the shell sizes look bigger than what they really are. But I think it's just the way the helmet is shaped that makes it bigger than what it is.